Hi, thanks for tuning in today. Today I wanted to do a review on this series. It's the Big Greek Idea books. They've got two or three of these volumes out, and I think there's three that are out. I've got two here today. I just kind of wanted to share with you if they're worth getting, give you some idea what they're all about, talk to you a little bit about what's the contents of these, and what kind of person these books are really designed to serve. Okay, so this is a neat series. Um, it's an exegetical guide for preaching and teaching. And at the beginning of the series, they sort of outline who they're gearing this series for. And they say it's pastors, professors, and students. And so it's really designed for either the pastor who is preaching through a text, who's also familiar with the original language. These books aren't really designed for someone who doesn't have any background in Greek. You probably need at least first year knowledge of Greek. You've been through beginning Greek, and probably best if you've been through at least one Greek syntax course. It's not to say that you couldn't muddle your way through them if you don't have a background in Greek, but these are really going to be designed more for someone who's either learned Greek or is in the process of studying Greek. Now, this series is very similar in its content to either the Baylor series or the Exegetical Guide to the Greek New Testament, which is done by Broadman and Holman. So it's kind of in that line. It's not so much a commentary as it is an exegetical guide, sort of a analyzing the text on the level of the grammar. And so it's really designed for when the grammar gets tricky, when the syntax is a little bit different, or really just a grammatical analysis of the text. That's not to say there is no it's not to say that there isn't any commentary like material or material that you might find helpful in your preaching or teaching, but it is to say that it's very helpful in regards to analyzing the syntax. One of the things they really try to do is analyze things on the level of the clauses, independent clauses, dependent clauses, and it does a very good job of analyzing the text on that level. There are also what they call nuggets here. I really don't like that term, but they have what they call nuggets. They have lexical nuggets. They have grammatical nuggets, theological nuggets, and these are kinds of the kinds of things that you might find in a commentary that are interesting, noteworthy, things that would maybe pique somebody's interest, and how, whether it's a syntactical issue, a grammatical issue, something like that. There are also, you'll find text critical notes in these, and so it's, as far as the text critical notes, they're not that extensive, but there are some of the more interesting and more noteworthy issues as far as the text is concerned. Now, what I would also go ahead and point out to you is that this uses as its base text, the Nestle Allen text, the 28th edition. So your standard critical edition, that's the basis of this this guide. And so a person who has some knowledge of Greek, who wants to see some of the interesting things that are going on in the Greek, or have questions about how some of the ideas in the Greek are working together, this is a good tool for that. I would say that if you like the Baylor series and you like the Broadman and Holman series, Exegetical Guide to the Greek New Testament, if you like either of those, you're really going to love this. I think this series is more thorough. As far as the information it gives it to you in a pretty accessible manner, and it's pretty consistent in the way that it delivers that information. So, anyways, yeah, I think it's a great resource. There's only 2 or 3 volumes of it available right now. It's a pretty big size volume in comparison to, say, like the Baylor handbooks. This is a pretty big volume, even bigger compared to the Exegetical Guide to the Greek New Testament. The font size is quite large, so compared to either one of the Baylor exegetical guides, if you're getting a physical copy of it, which I think only one volume right now is available in Logos. So if you're getting these in physical copies, the readability, as far as the font and things like that, is better in the Big Greek Idea series than in some of these others. I will say that it is not laid out. It's more user-friendly, not as geared towards the scholar, although I think scholars would want this on their shelves as well. Some minor quibbles that I would have with it. I really don't like the name of it, Big Greek Idea. I don't know why, but I don't like that name. I don't like the term nugget. I think that's overused and a little trite. But those are just minor things. If this entire series were available and I had to pick between it and the Baylor Handbook series or the Exegetical Guide series, I would probably go with this one. So I think it's a very good resource. I think it's very helpful. There's information on how words are used, the meaning of words. It's linked to BDAG. There's lots of references to Wallace. So lots of good things that are in there for anyone who's serious about digging into the Greek text and wants to analyze it on a grammatical level. So there you go.